Hello and welcome. In this video we will see how we can execute queries, how we can handle transactions, like we'll see that how to create table, how to insert, update, delete data, and mostly we will perform with SQLite, as this is the only one where we don't need to install anything. Rest you can go and check with your MySQL and Postgres database in your system. So let's start here, and the first thing that we will do is create a table. So after connecting to the database, we need to do is create table. To create table, we have to first write here SQL, and this SQL will be like here create table if not exist, right? This is important. You can write create table if not exist, EXISTS, exists, and we'll do here users. This is table, create table if not exist, and table name is user, and inside this will pass ID. So I'll say ID, and this ID will be integer type, so I'll write here integer, and will be primary key. So this is how you can write, and then write here name, it will be text format, then we'll say age, it will be integer. So we will insert only these things, and let's see that how we can use these SQL query to create data table. So we have already object dbh, we'll use that. I'll say $db $dbh, and in this dbh we have to write do, we have to use function do, and inside do will pass $sql. So this one will perform or die. So if it will not work, then what we have to do, we can simply say that or die with database error. So let's paste it here. If everything is fine, then we can say that print table is created successfully /n, here also /n. Save it and let's try to run that. We have some error, it's saying that missing semicolon. Okay, missing semicolon in previous line. Alright, one missing is here, so let's do again. Right, so you can see it's saying table connected to database successfully, table is created successfully. Now this table you can't see right now because this table is available here in testdb. So next command we will see is insert and fetch. So that how we can, so this is to create table, next is how you can insert data, and this command will be same for all the database. There will not be any change, only minor changes will be there, but mostly the command will be the same. So we can say insert data, and to insert data we have to create query again, and we'll perform on that one. Alright, so now here we will see how to insert data to that database. So before that, if we wanted to explore this, or wanted to see what all things available in this test.db, we can go to Google and write here SQLite database browser, and then we can download DB browser for SQLite. So let's download here and we'll check. Okay, so go down and here we have, these all are some of the different versions. So I'll say just click download, and here we have releases. So I'll just click on assets, and then we'll have to use this MSI. So now this is downloaded. Let's click open, and we'll say more, run anyway. Is not, plugin is not allowed to install in sandbox environment. Okay, so let's download zip file and let's try with that zip file. Explore, let's extract it here. I just wanted to show you how you can see SQLite database. And here we can say DB browser for SQLite. Just double click here. Let's click run. Now you can see SQLite is opened. We can just click here open database, and then we'll have to choose the file location. So I'll go on desktop. Here we have Perl folder. Inside Perl we have database folder, and then you can see testdb. Just click open, and inside this we will see, you can see we have table and one table available, which is user, and we have three fields: ID, name and age, and this is the command that we have executed. Right now we don't have any data here. If you want to browse, you can just select and click right browse table, and then as of now we don't have any data. So now next thing that we will see is we have to insert data. So table is already created, and so I'll just make it comment. We just need to write here to insert. So for that I have already written some code. So let's copy and paste it here. Insert data. So insert into user, and then we have to insert name and age, because this ID is integer primary key. Here we don't need to install, so we can just say name and age, and then value we have to pass. So whenever you are writing query, that means you are saying that we are using prepared statement, and then you can put name. If error, then terminate, else print the data successful. So it's saying data inserted successful. Let's go here and browse again. So I'll go and refresh. So let's do refresh and right click browse. Now you can see we have one data available. ID is 1, and then name, and then age. So this is how it will insert your data. Let's do again one more entry, save it. Let's execute again. One more entry executed. Let's see if we have directly refresh. Yeah, we have refresh button. Let's do. So you can see two records inserted in SQLite database. So next thing that we will see is how we can fetch all the data and show here. So to fetch data, we have to use, let me just write here hash fetch data. And to fetch data, we can say SQL, what all things you have to fetch, select ID, name, then it's a prepared statement. We have to execute, and after execution, you will store the output in stn, and then using while loop, you have to print one by one. So I am running it again, and then let's say I'll just say Ram. So one more record will be inserted, and then after that it will do fetch. So I'll just enter. You can see that these two was already there. Now we have inserted one more, and it printed all the data one by one. So this is how simply you can fetch, insert, and perform all these queries. If you want to modify, you can just use, delete query as well. It's similar to insert, and this is how you can work on SQLite database, right? I hope you are able to get this. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.